What's up YouTube, Mike here with PeoplesChoiceGaming, and today guys I want to go over the Jat Kittag with you. I'm not going to do a full breakdown on the weapon like I do with newer weapons where I talk about, every attribute and stat and everything. Weapon's already been out for a little while, plenty of videos on it if you guys want to watch any of them. But this is basically going to be a build video. I'm going to show you guys how to do a top damage charge build for the weapon. But what I wanted to briefly talk about before that is the fact that, I didn't do this weapon, a video for this weapon when it first came out, because it was kind of subpar, used the silly polearm animation, it was buggy, and they fixed the bugs, gave it a whole new animation, and the weapon's just really fun to use now, and a lot of people like it, as do I. Now, it's got a really high charge damage of 225 with a little lower of a charge speed. Kind of like, you're using the Galantine, or the Gram, and it's going to fall right in place with those other heavy attack weapons that are great for charge builds. But what's really cool is they gave this weapon a new animation, and you're going to wind it up and then you're going to swing it over your head, basically like you're winding up a baseball bat, which is just so fun. And I really like to use it, particularly because of animation. And if you really watch as you go to wind it up, the jet powered engine on the back will kind of spew out its whole energy, and then you'll just whip it around as you see there and get that sweet animation, and you can really maneuver around well with that, well with the weapon. And the enemies can be at the end of the weapon, they can be inside the weapon so that they're not even getting hit by the actual end of the weapon, and they will still take the damage. It doesn't matter. Now, you can't hit enemies twice with it, even though you swing it around more than once. However, since the weapon does swing around you more than once, you are able to kill one enemy, and then as you're moving up, if you still approach another enemy, you'll still be able to kill them as well. So that's one thing that's really nice about this weapon. You are going to be able to kill multiple enemies really well. And remember, it also has that amazing jump attack that has one of the most ridiculous ranges that I've ever seen for a jump attack, and you're basically just going to be able to knock down huge groups of enemies with it, which is a really good crowd control. So guys, we got another weapon in our top tier other than our Orthos and Orthos Prime for the fastest and best charge attack weapon as far as DPS and range go. And then when you get up to really high level enemies, your Galantine comes into being the best because of how high its charge damage is. And then all your weapons below that are your typical average weapons with around the 2-second charge time and the 200 charge damage, the Gram and other weapons like the Gram. But above that, now we got our Jat Kittag because it's slightly pushed higher with that 225 charge damage, and we have an amazing jump attack with it. So it is now, in our top 3 best charge attack weapons, right there with our Orthos and our Galantine. And it's definitely worth mentioning, and I definitely want to do a video for it now and show you a best charge build for the weapon. So let's go ahead and jump into the arsenal so I can show you how to mod this weapon for a best damage charge attack build. Alright guys, let's go ahead and go over modding your Jat Kittag at level 30. Now when modding this, we're going to be wanting to work on the charge speed and getting that charge damage up as much as possible, and just getting the overall, best damage charge build. And just like all the other heavy weapons that we want to use charge builds for, we will be using the best charge build that I've showed you guys before many times in the past. Same one we'll be using on like Gram, Orthos, Orthos Prime, even the Galantine, but the Galantine's slightly different because it is a crit weapon, so we do add crit for best damage for that weapon. Now this weapon does come with a V and a dash polarity, which is great. Going to be able to get a full build on here without even needing to put any form on. And we're going to want to put Killing Blow in, V polarity to save the most points, then Molten Impact and the dash, Smite Grineer, our Bane mod, giving us best overall damage once we got a full build here, Reflex Coil, Corrupt Charge, Rending Strike, and Focus Energy. And Focus Energy comes with electric element, so that's going to mix with our Molten Impact. That'll give us Radiation combo, best combo for our high level Grineer on like defenses and survivals, and this will be the best way to go for Grineer. And with the remaining points, you're not going to need any extra damage. And I have a reach thrown in here. However, reach is still kind of a buggy mod. They still need to work on. Some weapons it works alright, some weapons it works well, some weapons it doesn't really work at all. You can put whatever you want in here though. If you're a damage junkie and you just want to see the highest damage numbers, a mod that's pretty good on, or an element that's pretty good with the Grineer, is even the Toxin by itself. So until the electric comes out, electric mod from the event 7.1, you know, you can put poison in, toxic in here. Just remember, it can't be before fire because then it'll mix with electric and you'll have corrosive. Unless you want corrosive, then you can't do that because then you won't have radiation anymore. So you'll have to switch Molten Impact with Rending Strike, and then you can put your poison mod in here. Now remember, when the event ends, we're going to get that 7-point electric mod, which is just like our toxin mod, except it'll be electric, and then the status, and that will be the best mod to put in if you're going with radiation, which is, you know, the best thing you're going to want to go with if you're doing, you know, the higher level Grineer on like defenses and survival. And we'll put it in right here where the reach is. And you can mix it up, you know, if you want to. If you know, want to go with something like viral, because you're only meleeing some of the lighter enemies, some of the ones that viral, you know, works best on, or corrosive works best on, then you can just switch up the elemental combo. You know, it really just depends on, you know, what you're doing. But considering how high a charge damage you're going to be able to get, and that you're going to be able to kill enemies up into the very high levels basically, if you are doing enemies up at that level, you know, then you will want to go with, you know, the radiation, as we always do. Now for the corpus, we already got the focus energy for our charge speed, and it comes with electricity, so we'll just add north wind to make magnetic. And then, you know, if you do want to go with best damage here, toxin, another great elemental mod for corpus. So you can go ahead and put your toxic mod in right here. And if you want to put a full one in, you could just take like 1 point out of north wind, because you only lose 10%. So it's not going to make much difference. It'll work out really well. Then you'll be able to put your full mod in right where the reach is here. And for the void, just use the best void build I've showed you guys many times in the past. Corrosive and ice by itself. And Bane don't work in voids. So you got 9 points and 6 to make 15. So you'll have plenty of points to do your void build. And depending on what level you're doing, as long as you're one shot and you're completely fine. So if you want to lower the damage a little bit and, you know, just put some different mods on for fun, you can do that too. And that's basically it, guys. Hope you're enjoying the weapon. It's a lot better now with the bugs fixed, and we got the sweet animation, and it is definitely in the top tier charge weapons. Really good, heavy weapon to use for charge builds, and I hope you guys are really having fun with it. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.